Hi everyone, this is Amy for the Children's Museum at Saratoga. Thank you for joining me for today's art adventure where I am going to show you how to take this toilet paper tube and turn it into a little bunny for Easter. So let's get started with the materials that we are going to need today. So for today's activity, you are going to need a toilet paper tube roll or a paper towel roll cut smaller if you don't have any. You're going to want a marker to draw the face of the rabbit. You're going to want a little cotton ball for the tail if possible. You are going to need some scissors to cut with. And then we're going to need something to glue the pieces together. I will be using a hot glue gun, but you are welcome to use any kind of glue that you'd like, whether that be Elmer's, a glue stick, or the hot glue gun like me. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so for the first step, you're going to want to take your paper towel or toilet paper roll, and you are going to want to take your scissors, and what we are going to do is just cut a little bit off of the bottom. There. Now this, I'm going to get it set aside for just a minute, and I'm going to focus on this little ring that we just cut. So you want to take it and fold it up like this, and now we are going to cut the ears and to cut the ears, we're going to take at the folded part and we are going to cut just a little bit of the outside about halfway up, and then we're going to start cutting in to make that little ear shape, and then back down to the bottom. There. Now, this part I'm going to set aside for just a minute. So now that I have this part, what I want to do is just take where that fold is. I want to open it up, and then I want to just cut these ears in half. There we go. Now we're going to set those aside, and we are going to go back to this piece. So this is what we're going to make the feet out of. So first I want to just get it to be nice and even, so I'm going to cut this little extra part here off just like that. So now I'm left with this tiny little rectangle square. So what I want to do with that is just the same as I did with the ears, just a little bit smaller. Cut in, make a little rounded bit. And then go back down, and there we go. There's our two feet. All right. So now I'm going to set those scissors aside, and next up I'm going to take my tube and I'm going to glue those feet and those ears on. So let's start with the feet. Just on this side, I'm going to add a little dab of glue here. Be careful if you are using a hot glue gun, obviously it's going to be hot. And we're going to put this right down there. There's our one foot. And then we are going to repeat that process on the other foot. Now, if you're using the hot glue gun, this will be pretty fast, but if you are using a different type of glue, you are going to want to set this aside after each foot, or after each piece in general that you glue on. then I'm gonna take that dab of glue and dab it right in there. And there's our little feet. So again, set this aside if you're not using a hot glue gun, but if you are, then we're gonna move on to the next step, is our little tail. So we are going to put just a dab of glue on the cotton ball, just like that. And I'm gonna glue it to not this side, but the opposite side. I want to be careful that I don't touch any glue. There. There's our little bunny tail and our little bunny feet. So now, let's move on to the, thank you, Henrik. Let's move on to, sorry, my cat would also like to be in the video. Maybe next time I'll show him to you guys. We're gonna move on to the ears. So we're gonna put a little dab of glue there, and I wanna glue this to the same side as those feet. Put this one up here. And I'm gonna take this other ear. I'm going to repeat the process and put that other ear on, just like that. There we go. And then this bunny has a little bit of crooked ears, so I think we're going to fix that on this one. And if you're not using a hot glue gun, if you're just using a glue stick or a regular Elmer's glue, you want to just set this down so that those ears don't move too much while they dry. Alright, so there's the basic part of our bunny. I'm going to unplug this because I don't need it anymore. So now we have two different options. If you would like, and you have some paint on hand, hi cutie, if you have some paint on hand, my assistant joining me today, you can paint your bunny in whatever colors you want to. If not, then you can take your marker and you can just draw a little face on them. I don't think you can help with this part. Alright, hang on. So what I'm gonna do is just draw a little smiley face on my bunny. And then a little nose. I got the eyes, I've got a little nose. I'm gonna draw his mouth. And we can't forget the whiskers, those are also important. And the whiskers. There. So this one, I have this guy here that we just made, and if you wanted to add some paint, I put some paint on this guy here. He's got his little pink ears and his little pink nose. So now your bunnies are ready for Easter, and I hope you are too. All right. Thank you for joining me for today's art adventure with that little guest appearance by Henrik the cat. Look forward to more art adventures in the future, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.